comes the Spider-Man.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Nyes.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz. Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
Hey, what is happening, everybody? Today is Tuesday, September 18th, 2018, and this is episode number, let's say, 440.2 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
What an interesting smell you've discovered.
Jose Guzman.
It's pretty hot in her.
And Kelly Harris.
Toad deserves better.
Toad 100% deserves better. Let me just say, like, going on the cruise a couple weeks ago was a really interesting, like, kind of detox experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like if you've ever taken a cruise or, like, kind of traveled abroad on vacation, like, you can't check your phone all the time. Like, there's no Wi-Fi on the boat. They just want to pay, like, $25 a day to use it for, like, 100 megabytes or some shit like that. It's outrageous. I didn't make it expensive so you don't use it.
Right.
So, yeah, so I didn't, check my Twitter or my Facebook or anything for like a week and like have been real light on it since I got back. Because it's just, like, I made a Twitter list of like the handful of people I really give a shit about. Like you fucking guys around there, like a handful of like people. And that's mostly what I've been checking.
Mm-hmm.
Once, twice a day tops. It's been wonderful.
All the highlights.
A lot less angry at the world. That said, today I did do kind of a midday refresh of the timeline and stumbled across this Trump Dick Toad stuff, and it did make me a little happy. So it's not all terrible, is my point. Like, there are buckets of sunshine, but you're right, Kelly. Toad does deserve better.
What a world! What a world we live in.
And I was around that time too where I saw that fucking just masterwork of a heartfelt video regarding the hurricane victims from our cartoon president. The wettest one we've seen with regards to water. Like, you fucking jamoke.
So I saw I saw Kelly tweet something about how Toad is his president. And then I saw that Mario Kart and Toad were trending, and I clicked on those, and I had about the same reaction that everyone else had on Twitter to realizing why those were trending, and I immediately closed out of it. So, Kelly, did you go any deeper than I did?
All I know is that Stormy Daniels said that the president's dick looks like Toad, and that his pubes look like a Yeti.
So, okay, it looks like Toad. So what are we saying here? We saying it's short and stubby? We saying
I think it's like stumpy.
It's got a big
stumpy, like lots of head. Like,
yeah.
Okay, like
mostly head.
Like someone glued an acorn to the bottom of his torso.
Yeah.
Now Toad's head, which we discovered is a hat, right?
No, that's his head.
That's his head. Okay.
I was about to say, what the fuck? Like, what?
No, a lot of people thought it was a hat, and those people are dumb.
I thought recently
It's his head. He's a mushroom boy.
I thought recently they determined unequivocally one way or the other. I wasn't sure.
They officially determined that it is his head.
Now his head is also has red spots on it, lest we forget. So
I think that absolutely means his dick has red spots on it.
I also feel like Toad was disrespected because she said that Toad from Mario Kart, not Toad from Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, his own game. No, the one where he's a side character.
Or Toad from Super Mario 2, where he was a playable character.
Hey, if you only ever play as Toad in Mario Kart is a Toad game, son.
I mean, that is true.
Mario Kart's pretty tight. Imagining Stormy Daniels playing Trump at Mario Kart is kind of fun to think about.
That is kind of fun.
Didn't she did play Mario Kart, right? She was just the Star Bridge.
She's got a head on straight, man. She's all right. Oh man, let's see what the fuck else is happening. Let's see. Had lots of experiences with the little lady last week. My daughter. Turned 11. So had her 11th birthday. She's full on tweening real hard right now. She had her first school dance. Had to buy her a whole dress for that whole thing. Didn't go with a boy or nothing. Didn't have to have that exchange, but she looked so pretty and so grown up, you guys.
Yeah.
It made even my black heart swell a little bit. She looked so nice. She was so excited. And because she is my wife's daughter, when we picked her up, we heard all about how she had sacrificed a good chunk of her night to help a friend who was sad. That is the most Nicole thing you've ever done.
But it's also like school dances are weird and awkward in the first place. So
especially when you're in 6th grade.
I didn't go to any of that.
If you can give yourself a task, like my friend's sad, okay, I can deal with that instead of having to deal with the dance portion of it. Then I'm all good.
That's a very good point. Solid logic, sir.
Jose brought a video camera to, what was it, homecoming?
Yeah.
Why am I less than shocked?
Was that for bathroom videos?
I don't know, but some fucking
Ms. Burns.
She was like, "Oh, you're gonna graduate?"
Right to the camera. So, Jose, you gonna graduate or what?
Jesus Christ.
Did, lady.
And Jose was like, "Show your tits."
All of a sudden, you hear someone playing a kettle drum, and
I just threw my beads at her face.
yeah,
God damn it, ridiculous. So had that going on. Had her birthday party. Went to Jump Street, like the indoor trampoline park, which, God, it sucks. Like that just sucks.
Go on.
It's just awful. It just smells like feet.
Yeah.
And it's just loud, and there's so many fucking kids there.
And they're all just banging into each other.
Just bouncing, and there's the spot for like the littler kids, because you can't have like fucking 3-year-olds bouncing around on the big ass giant trampolines. It's a small area for them. You want to take a wild guess about where Jackson wants to be? It sure as shit isn't with the other kids his age. He's like,
Right.
fuck that. I want to go ham over there. So I had to wrangle him the whole time. It was rough. And this shithead kid was there, which was no fun at all. After the dance, we went to karaoke like we do every Friday night. And this kid who lives across the street came in with her folks, like she does every now and again. This kid has sucked forever, but Zoe's a shitty judge of character and is friends with this kid for some reason. And like all of Zoe's little friends are there, which, by the way, I'm telling Zoe, I'm like, real diverse group of fucking friends you have there. Each one of you whiter, blonde, and more blue-eyed than the last. It was like fucking alt-right postcard, the 5 of you over there. It was ridiculous. She's like, I don't get it. I go, good.
got Cracker Captain Planet going on.
So much Cracker Captain Planet. But she's this fucking shit of the kids having a sleepover. Didn't invite Zoe.
Oh.
And when Zoe kind of comes to realize what's going on, this kid says, "Oh, I guess I just forgot about you," and like pimps away.
Oh.
Yeah. And Zoe gets so sad, and I'm like, "Oh, well, I got to go throttle this fucking child." Or at the very least, to be like, "Hey, what the fuck, shithead dad? Your little shithead gets invited to absolutely everything. What the fuck? How'd you let this happen?" But no, I had to stifle it. But then, sure as shit, this fucking kid shows up at a party the next day. And I'm like, oh, want to knock you over on a trampoline. I wanna knock you
Unleash
over on a-
MDK Jack on him.
Oh, don't- I feel like I have to save my Sick'em Jacks for a very very rainy day. I don't think we got there yet. Maybe one day.
I don't know why, but I just picture you're just like, get him, Jax. And Jax just out of nowhere has a light tube that he breaks over his head so he can stab them with it.
He says, finally. Dude, he said the meanest shit to me the other day. We were getting into it. Because I don't want to paint a picture like this kid is not the sweetest boy. Because he is the sweetest boy.
He's a
He's
sweet,
very
sweet
loving.
boy.
But he's also tiny monster. And I see shades of myself in him in a lot of ways.
There's a lot going on up in that pinata of a head of his.
Yeah. We're getting into it the other day, and I wanted to do something, and I decided I wasn't going to spank him because I didn't do shit. So I'm just trying to reason with him, He hates being separated, so I'll just put him in his room, So I pick him up, and I put him in his room, and I'm walking outside the door, and he goes, Daddy! And I turn around, and I'm like, you going to say you're sorry? And he goes, nobody loves you, Dad.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What did you say? He goes, nobody loves you, Daddy. And I'm like, okay. I close the door and I'm like, that was the realest shit anyone's ever said to me. I'm like, what the fuck, kid?
Holy shit.
That'll make you sit down and think.
Yeah. I said,
What the fuck did I do?
right by the door. So I sat down and went, what the fuck was that? And then he comes out and a minute later goes, Daddy, I saw we yell when I hug you. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Kind of real.
He's testing. He's seeing how far he can say fucked up things and then just come back and apologize.
Yeah.
He's
Nobody
testing the
loves
waters.
you, Daddy.
He had the moment where he was like, oh shit, that got too real.
He's like, oh man, I went too far. That was fucked up. I'm like,
Then
oh.
he's just trying to find your buttons. So the next time, years later, he's gonna bring that one back out.
That's fucked up. That was really fucked up.
But see, you've got your in for a Sick'em Jacks now. He doesn't have to just go Tasmanian Devil on somebody. Send him over and plant a fucking seed in whoever you need. No one loves you.
Yeah, we gotta go fucking cerebral assassin on him.
Or
Yeah.
oh man, you're really ugly today. Something like that. But
Did you
also
put on weight?
Yeah, exactly. Man, that guy's really fat.
Another day he had 2 plates of spaghetti. And I'm like, oh man, you're hungry? He goes, yeah, I'm gonna get a big fat belly like Daddy. I'm like, you fucking asshole. Like, you prick.
You do need
You're not
to
wrong,
That
but
kid is
prick.
fucking savage.
You need to unleash the Tasmanian
so
Devil
bad.
on someone in public early to set a precedent. So there's whispers behind the scenes of, oh, you don't want to fuck with Zoe because her brother, man, he crazy.
I'm gonna say some shit that cuts you to your goddamn core.
He's the
course.
nuclear deterrent.
Oh, he's
All of
definitely
your
that.
assumptions are correct, and you're the reason your parents got divorced.
Oh, God. It's an adventure, man. It's a fucking adventure. See, real quick. I saw the Predator.
How was that?
Predator. You know what, man? Here's the thing. There's a lot of shit in it that doesn't make a lot of sense. You can definitely tell there were rewrites and reshoots. It's a little disjointed, and kind of the end definitely feels like a last minute change for sure. But I didn't give a shit because it was a lot of fun. It's dumb and big and stupid, but it's a lot of fun. Good kills. I like all the characters. It's got a lot going.
CG
for it.
blood or real blood?
Both. Mostly real because again, there's a fucking predator running around for a lot of it. Don't even hate the big CG predator when it comes up because it makes sense. Why it's there, it's kind of part of the movie and it kind of makes sense. But as a person who really digs Predator, I'd say go see it. It's fun.
But you hated Predators.
Really hated Predator. My problem with Predators is what they didn't do in this one, right? Because Predators, for those of you who don't know, that's for starters, I don't want to see fucking Adrian Brody in an action movie. Get the fuck out of here with Adrian Brody and Predators.
yeah, but check out my schnoz.
Fuck that. And then like it took so long. Like I know what a predator is by this point. Like don't spend fucking half the first act explaining to me what's this fucking story. I get it. It's like get to the predating. And I think you see like the opening shot of this one is like a predator spaceship and it crash lands on Earth. Like they fucking get right to it, which I really appreciate. Because by now we all fucking know what it is.
Yeah,
So
but you have to consider a modern audience, and like with Predators, they were kind of it was a soft reboot essentially, where you're reintroducing this world and the characters to people who might not know about Predator.
I don't know. I feel like by now everyone should know.
I am interested to watch The Predator now because it has not been getting good reviews.
It has not. No.
You liked it, but you didn't like Predators, so.
Yeah. Well, Predators was just real slow. Like once it started popping off, it was pretty cool. But like I didn't like Lawrence Fishburne's whole stick in it. Like I just
or Venoms.
The
those
Predators
kind of weird at the end.
Yeah, and if the Predators bringing people onto an alien world for like and basically putting people at a nature preserve, that's a really cool concept. I didn't like the way they executed it. Whereas they do some pretty weird stuff with the mythos in this one, but there's also a lot of pretty cool like homages to the other earlier movies.
The same universe as one.
Like yeah, it's 1, 2, AVP, the whole 9. Yeah, like they reference a lot of that.
They're
stuff.
counting Aliens versus Predator in there.
Yeah, when they pull in Olivia Munn, who's like a biologist, and she's like, yeah, they've been here before, 87, 97, this and that, whatever. They say they definitely reference that. This is the same thing, the same.
What
time.
I was hoping was that Olivia Munn, obviously it's not, but like she was playing the character that lived with Dutch. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like they kind of
the chick from the jungle.
Yeah, like a in between, like a soft sequel.
Sure. Now this is a legit sequel.
Like this was like what would have been cool. I haven't even seen the movie yet, but this would be fucking cool. Is that team that whatever that team the movie was? That's the team that came and like picked up Dutch, and that girl, Olivia Munn, still played her, but
that's not what happened. But it is pretty good. I had a lot of fun with it. Me and Goat went. We had a fucking blast.
Broed out.
Yeah, it's big and dumb and goofy, but it's got it's good dialogue. Like it's Shane Black movie, but it definitely is a Shane Black studio movie.
In the lead up to The Predator coming out, there was a lot of YouTube videos kind of recapping the canon of the Predator movies, and I've never seen AVP Requiem, but from what I've seen in some of these videos, I think I might like that movie.
Dude, I love that movie.
I have the DVD. I've never seen it, but it sounds fucking wild.
I did not like Alien vs. Predator at all, but AVP Requiem sounds kind of insane.
AVP Requiem it's a bad movie, but it's a very fun bad movie, and it's like it's essentially a big budget B movie,
right?
Like in a lot of ways. I think it's a lot of fucking fun. I like it a lot. But I'd say check it out. I'd say check it out for sure. It's definitely worth watching. Would absolutely be worth a movie pass if that was still a thing. Yeah, that's really great.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell Mary on the Predator. And then also with all this shit swirling around the movie about, Shane Black hiring a sexual predator.
Well, hey, they wanted like the authentic Predator experience.
See, I kind of feel like I'm a shithead. I saw some of that floating around, and I'm like, I want to see the movie first. We'll see what's up with that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm watching the movie, and on screen walks Master Thespian Jake Busey. And I'm like, oh, that must be the Predator guy. And I felt like a shithead because it totally isn't.
Well, he must how would you have known with the scene where he's in the room with a child and he just keeps licking his lips?
Yeah. I feel bad. I assumed on behalf of Jake Busey, and that was shitty. I met Jake Busey; he was a nice guy.
Jake Busey was just licking his lips so that they can cover his teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
See, exactly. He's not a kitty fiddler.
I have to check it out. It's worth watching. It's fun. And last thing I'll talk about, I finished Horizon Zero Dawn. Went through the last few missions at a fucking breakneck pace. Also, I could get balls deep up in some Spider-Man on PlayStation. And holy shit, you guys.
It's good.
So fucking fun. Like, you remember that feeling you got the first time you were like zipping around Gotham City?
Yeah.
Gotham City? It's like that, but Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
So it's finally a game where you're like, ooh, I'm Spider-Man.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking rad. Like, I was dicking around for like 45 minutes last night.
That's just a PlayStation exclusive, right?
PlayStation exclusive.
Yep.
I was fucking around for 45 minutes. Didn't progress the story one bit. Didn't give a shit. That was just,
It's like that open world. You could get lost, but
it's like all of Manhattan, and there's like and you kind of tap into like the police bands, whatever. So you just run around. It's like, oh hey, there's a mugging or a
that's
car chase or a kidnapping, so you can just stop random crimes.
Oh, I love it.
And like collect and it's really dynamic stuff. It's gorgeous. So like you're swinging around, and suddenly you kind of swing around a corner, and there's a police chase, and so you got to swing down and catch the car, web onto the car. The guys are hanging out the car trying to shoot you. Your spider sense goes off. You dodge, and you beat the shit out of the guy. You web him to a fucking lamppost. You do that 3 or 4 times. There's no one left in the car, so he has to jump in front of the car, web the car to the street to save it from going into the sidewalk. Like,
Spectacular.
it fucking rocks.
Yeah, Mary and I decided to pick that up on some sort of Black Friday sale and then play that, November, December. One of the cool things that I saw talking about the open world stuff, Lee, you posted that picture of Spider-Man in front of the Alias Investigations office. Apparently, they couldn't get the rights to use the bull statue at Wall Street. So there's a fucking, instead of the bull, there's a giant lockjaw statue.
That fucking rules. That's awesome.
And did you hear this shit about the guy who asked the game developers to put a marriage
Oh,
proposal?
that shit's amazing.
That's kind of nuts.
Well, did you hear the whole story? So there's the guy asked the developers to put a marriage proposal in the game, and then by the time the game
Do
came
it
out,
on a movie theater marquee is where they do it.
he says that they had already broken up. But then the girl's story came out, and she made it seem like it was a lot less romantic than it previously was. Of course.
I'm inclined to believe her.
Yeah. She's like,
I'm inclined to believe that the guy who wrote in a video game developer and asked this might not be like husband material.
because he made it seem like, oh yeah, we play video games together. I want to, surprise her with this. And she's like, man, he used to play video games. I just watched and I tolerated it because it's what he liked to do.
It's fucking wonderful. Yeah, and part of it, so you get new suits, new gadgets, all that stuff. Each new suit unlocks an ability, and once you have that suit's ability unlocked, you can use it with any of the other suits. And one of the things I really like is that since all the movies and stuff are in-game engine, all the cutscenes he's wearing whatever suit he's wearing. So like, you don't see him switch back to the default suit when he's having interaction with NPCs or whatever.
Yeah, fucking better.
And even the load screens, and there's like the kind of dynamic pose or whatever, they change to whatever suit you're wearing at the time too. So right now I'm rocking the Scarlet Spider outfit.
Yeah.
There's just certain things, if you're going to come out with a game, you have to do better than or just as good as Batman.
They got to come correct, right?
Don't put the fucking game out.
It's so good. Like I'm so far. Granted, I only played it a few hours, but I'm having more fun with it, and like I'm generally more engrossed in it than I was like Arkham Knight.
Nice.
Because Arkham Knight was cool, but it was distracting by just how much goddamn Batmobile there was in it. And this is just so fucking, and like the swing mechanics look so good, and like when you swing into the sunset, it looks so goddamn real. Like it's cool.
Do you
And
have to
one of
do
the things you can unlock is just, if you do these certain button combos, he just does cooler flippy shit when he's swinging if you want to for extra XP. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I want to see more fun flippy things. So yeah, you don't need one more fucking person to tell you, but get on some Spider-Man. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. That's all I got.
Lee, you know what else you should tell him?
Oh, Jesus.
You should tell him Kelly eats Band-Aids, Lee.
God damn it.
God damn it.
This week, Lee,
You got me again.
Kelly ate a whole shitload of Band-Aids, Lee.
No, at best, I ate half of one.
He ate half a point worth of Band-Aids. Lee, ask me how my week went, Lee.
Hey, Mahoney. How was your week?
Oh, it was fucking great.
All things fuck.
He paid off
So-
Gronk to score only 2 points.
Yep, that big stupid asshole.
God, what the
Go ahead
fuck
and put a
happened to
fucking
him?
asterisk by this season.
Sure.
Yeah, so Lee, today, well, this week, I put the beat down on Kelly, 107 to 106.5.
How the fuck do you get 106.5?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
We're a PPR league now, Lee.
Each
Yeah,
test
PPR fucking sucks.
point
You know what?
5.
Didn't know we were a PPR league until today. Found that out from Tito.
I still don't know what PPR means.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's
Wait a
points
minute,
per
I
catch.
don't actually care.
PPR is points per catch.
Yeah, that's why they call it PPR, Lee. Points per catch.
Points per reception.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say fuck every bit of this.
Okay, this makes sense now.
So you get 0.5 points for every reception.
So, Kelly, you should have caught, like, one more.
Yeah.
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 Too bad.
Russell Wilson
Too
should have
bad.
threw it
So sad.
to himself.
He should have.
Lee, there was 14 seconds left in Kelly's game, and I was winning by 0.5 points, and it was very, very stressful.
0.5 points.
0.5 points. Hey, Lee, remember last week when Goat beat Juan without starting a quarterback?
Yeah.
So this week, Goat started a quarterback, but he really didn't need to because he destroyed Tad, 135.5 to 95.5.
Jesus Christ.
If he sat his quarterback, he still would have beat Tad.
Yeah.
I feel like Goat should go quarterbackless this whole season. 'Cause
Yeah, at
he
that
doesn't
point.
seem to need it.
yeah.
So Goat, especially when you play me, don't start a quarterback.
Yeah.
0.5 points separated Mahoney and Kelly.
Yep.
Between me and Shark, there was, let's see, let me do my math real quick. 74 points.
Christ.
Shark had 169.5 points.
Nice.
I had 96.5, which is a respectable
That's respectable.
average score for an average season. But fuck.
Yeah. I feel better about getting destroyed by Shark last week because clearly he's an unstoppable killing machine.
169.5.
It's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous.
Mel.
You know who else? Mel, 157, also didn't need to start his quarterback to beat Juan.
Yeah.
So
And,
that's 2 weeks in a row Juan got beaten without the use of a quarterback.
and Juan's not doing bad at all.
No,
Juan got
95 for
95
Juan.
points this season.
What the hell?
It's nonsense. Lee.
ESPN, the global leader in sports. The whole thing's fuck.
I agree, Jose.
Meanwhile, Jose,
I can never tell if that's actually him or they're
I think every time it's really him. Poor Jose lost to Tito by only 2 points, which is almost as bad as losing to me by only half a point.
Yeah.
I made an Ewok joke, and that fucker got a touchdown in the last 2
You know how
minutes.
many times I started to say something about how I was winning by a half a point and then was like, nope,
Nope,
Nope.
don't do it.
Yeah, no, you would have said. You should have said something because then I would have won.
nope.
Wait, did you
Yeah.
call Tito an Ewok?
No, there's a picture of Ezekiel. Have you not seen that picture of Ezekiel Elliott?
I don't follow football.
I
I
don't
don't
even
know who that is.
Is that a coach?
May
May as well be.
Let's see. Who else? Okay, Mary and Vetter had like a showdown to see who could score the least number of points, and Mary won. She only got 66.5 to Vetter's 83.
And that's a score that we would normally see
Yeah,
in
that's
a regular
normal
season.
numbers.
That's it. Those kind of sound like high scores. I don't
Yeah.
know shit about this stuff.
Not these fucking
169.5.
nonsense scores we've been having this season.
Shark's been juicing in the off season.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Shark may just be the only person who understands that we're trying to get catches. because I feel like most of us don't know that.
Yeah.
You
Like,
see,
I started 3 running backs, and then I was like, wait, I get points for catches?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
so-
but that's what makes running backs who catch.
Well, yeah, but I don't think these
Better.
guys catch.
Yeah, I don't know who catches.
yeah, but see,
Well.
like I knew we were doing PPR. I knew what it meant. I knew we got more points for catching, but I also go by what the predictions are for points. And in no scenario did anyone predict that a quarterback was going to get 50 points.
True.
That's fair.
Patrick Mahomes, 50
He's nasty.
points.
The kid's nasty.
He's nasty, and I don't play him till week 10, and by then, I'm hoping defenses have figured him out. So, see you in
That'd be
week
nice.
10, Mel.
There's 8 more weeks of this.
I'm up against
Oh, there's a
Mahoney.
lot. There's more than
Oh, there's way more than
Yeah.
8 weeks.
You wish.
All right. Look at that picture, Kelly.
All right, hang on.
That is Ezekiel Elliott,
All right.
superimposed with a picture of Wicket T. Warwick from Return of the Jedi.
Wait, did you just say Wicket's? He has a last name?
Yeah, motherfucker, he has a last name.
It's T.
He's
Warwick.
a proper Ewok.
No, his middle initial is T.
T stands for Tiberius.
I gotta send this to Mahoney.
Kelly, now look at this picture.
Where is this?
What picture?
It's sending. It's on its way to you. It's taking a while. It's high def. You'll see it.
Only the highest of definitions.
Only the highest of def for you. All right, Lee. So that's the story.
Congratulations
Mel-
on your first win, Mahoney.
Thank you. Next week, I'll get my second win against Nyes because I've been studying his team for weeks. I have a whole board with string on it. I know all their weaknesses.
Their main weakness is teams that score 169.5 points.
Yeah. So I figure what my best approach is to score 169.5 points. Also, I've been sending nasty letters to Aaron Rodgers, telling
Oh, good.
No one
Oh,
likes
I just got the picture. That's a good one.
telling him that nobody likes him and they're all faking it. And I feel like you can see it in his performances that he is suffering.
Sorry
Yeah.
for that sounder just then. I just got an email from Credit Karma telling me that they're proud of me.
You did it.
I'm gonna call Zach Ertz next week. Tell him his dog died.
It's an Ertz
Maybe I can
donut.
have Jax call him and tell him nobody loves him.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get you his number.
Sweet deal.
Okay, so you did not see the Ryan Fitzpatrick memes that have been going around?
Oh,
Is that a
where
coach?
he looks like Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
Assume not.
I've seen that one. I didn't know who that. I thought it just was Conor McGregor.
No, it's the Tampa Bay quarterback.
Sure.
Who Goat
I was
picked
gonna say
up.
that. I was just about to say that.
Come on. Well, he borrowed somebody else's clothes and chain and walked up into the press conference, and then the meme going around. Was,
Oh, so that's what it was. That's not his real clothes. He was doing
Right,
a bit.
right.
Okay.
they talked him into doing the bit because he looks just like Conor McGregor right now.
Okay, so he
the-
did
the
a Conor
meme-
McGregor cosplay.
Right, and the meme going around is who the fuck is Winston, and that's the guy
Jameis
who's
Winston.
fucking the quarterback. This fucking guy.
He was the
He grabbed the Uber driver's pussy. So
he,
she says.
he was FSU, right?
FSU. He got
was-
caught stealing crab legs.
Yeah, he was the what do they call
Jumped
it?
on the table and said, "Grab her by the pussy."
Grab her
when
by the
that
pussy,
Whole
yeah.
thing was going around.
Yeah. And he was the
So
Tampa
now
Oh, so
Bay-
he's a trash person.
yeah, he's
Right.
trash.
So now he's suspended for 4 games because of this Uber incident, and his replacement is just fucking lighting the city on fire. He's throwing 400, 500 yards a game, 4 touchdowns. So now Winston might not have a job.
No.
Yeah, why would you go back to Garbage McGee?
Where's my little fucking belt? He looks just like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, he does.
Kinda does.
Now that guy's fucking story. He was Aaron Rodgers' backup. Aaron Rodgers didn't play like the last game of the season because they were resting him for the playoffs. This motherfucker came in, threw like 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. So the next year he signed with fucking Seattle and then lost for like a huge contract. Like nailed him for like a huge contract and then lost the job to the rookie quarterback, Russell Wilson, who eventually led that team to a Super Bowl. And then he's just been bouncing around.
To a half-point loss to me.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Jameis Winston? Oh, get him. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Thanks for coming on, Mahoney. I look forward to
Hey, anytime, Lee. Next week, I'll tell you all about
Tuning
the
in next
epic
week.
showdown between Nyes and I.
Yeah.
Nice. Who else is a good player on your team? I'm going to send him pictures of Kerouac half naked.
I couldn't tell you.
God damn it.
Why not? Why not full naked?
I
He
say
just sent me a picture on Instagram of Kerouac half naked like moments ago.
I say send it to all of them.
You know what? Maybe I will.
Oh, God.
Kelly, I've been tweeting you. You won't respond to me. I don't understand.
Yeah,
what
I
you're
can't see it.
You blocked him again?
To be determined.
What's going on, Kelly?
Stuff. I've actually been to places.
Whoa!
Entire places?
Like I've gone to multiple places. Like you
Done
know how,
things? Seen people?
You know how normally I just come on here and feel like I don't know. I've just been watching wrestling and playing Yakuza.
Yeah.
Running errands in Yakuza.
Yeah, like I've been doing that. I was actually doing that earlier.
A real estate Ponzi scheme with a chicken and an aardvark?
I beat Yakuza Kiwami, and I'm still playing through it. Like I beat the main story. I have the rest of the side stuff to go through. And earlier today, I was reading some magazines, and then a guy wanted to fight me.
You're reading magazines in Yakuza Kiwami.
Yeah, in the convenience stores, you can go up to the magazine racks and you can look at the covers of the magazines that were out in like the last week of December 2005.
Oh.
It's actually kind of cool.
The control
But then, like,
on the screen.
when you're done looking at him, you just see this dude, Majima, staring through the window at you, waiting for you to come out so he can fight you.
I saw the screenshot Kelly posted, and up in the right-hand corner of the screen is the control, and it just says, look. And you're supposed to press a button so that you could look at the magazines. And I thought it was you press a button and then Bobby starts to dress you down. Look, Kelly.
Look, guys.
But so, yeah, I've actually been to places. 2 weeks ago, I went to a place called the Garcade for my buddy John's birthday. And that place fucking rules.
Now, what does John do in Yakuza?
He plays bowling.
Okay.
He plays bowling, and when you win, he gives you a burrito and says, guess where I got this from. But he never tells you where.
Don't like that.
So the Garcade, you pay $15 to get in. There's over 125 arcade and pinball machines, and they're all on free play.
We got one of those around here. It fucking rules.
Yeah, I cleared Soul Calibur for the first time. That was awesome. We cleared the Ninja Turtles in Time, I think it was.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that game's hard as shit, even with unlimited lives. But yeah, that place is fucking awesome. And it's even cool because, like, there's a side area where you can bring in food. Like, there's a Domino's in the same strip mall, so we just got some pizzas and brought them in and ate those, and then went and played some games. Like, if you're in the Milwaukee area, I highly recommend going to the Garcade.
Well,
and then this
WrestleMania
past
36 in Milwaukee.
Oh man, that'd be sweet. That'd be so easy for me.
You got to show us the sights. They call it Milwaukee, which means the good land.
Man, there are a few venues I could see. I mean, okay, I'm gonna call Vince. But so this weekend I went out with some friends to the downtown Milwaukee area. Now the Garcade is more in a suburb, Menominee Falls. So we went downtown Milwaukee to a barcade called Up Down. Now here's the thing. I don't
That's
drink.
pretty clever.
So bars do nothing for me, really. I enjoyed Up Down well enough. Every game was a quarter. But
Perfect.
It's packed as shit. Like, it was so hard to move around.
No thanks.
Yeah, games had lines, and it was not easy to get to them. I mean, it was, like, the cool thing was, like, they on some of the big screens, they're playing various wrestling stuff. So, like, one was playing the old Ric Flair DVD set.
Cool.
That WWE put out like a long time ago, so that was cool.
Just running through all the matches.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I don't know. It's fine. I would like it a lot more if it wasn't so packed, I guess, but that's just me.
Yeah, crowds are horseshit.
Yeah, crowds suck. I am not a go out with like on the downtown guy. There's just too many fucking people. So then after that, we met up with my buddy's girlfriend at some other bar, and that was some of the most cracker shit I've ever heard. So there was people like they wanted to go dance, so I just fucking sat down and was
Just
reading
want to
manga.
dance.
I was just reading manga on my phone because fucking that's what I do. And this cracker ass DJ was playing his own custom mix. Like he mixed together fucking Baby Got Back and Cotton Eye Joe.
Man, I had the cassette single of Cotton Eye Joe.
Like, just salt was falling off of everyone there. Like, my mouth was getting dry watching everyone.
Just dead slugs as far as the eye could see.
God, it was just the most cracker shit ever. And that's at the point when I was just like, man, I'm having fun, guys, but I can't do this anymore, and I took a lift home. Because while I was having a good time enough, that is not my scene.
Yeah, no.
It's not.
My scene is all you can play arcade games that you pretty much just walk up to and don't bump into anybody.
Right.
It's awesome. And also, no one's drunk.
Yeah.
So that's cool, too.
You're a sweet boy, Kelly.
I am.
You know what you like.
I do. And it's not bars.
Or New Orleans.
No, man. No, I like a lot of New Orleans, actually.
Bourbon
I really
Street.
enjoyed Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street's great. French Quarter, dog shit. Dog shit in the place.
We got out of the Uber at the French Quarter. We made it about 17 steps. And Kelly's like, well, I'm done.
Fucking
hate
it
this.
smelled. Everyone looked mean. The
And it
scary
was like,
homeless
you know,
people had
1:30
mean
on a
looking
Saturday, and
dogs.
people were just tore the fuck up already.
Yeah.
Oh god, it was bad.
Remember when
Like,
we
it
saw
was
Becky?
fucking 1 PM.
I was just thinking the other day about the restaurant where I got that muffaletta, and you talking
Oh,
about
fuck that place.
You talking about the guy at the door with the catcher's mitt face.
Looked like a goddamn purse. Hey, don't stand in front of my sign. Fuck off. Your food's shit.
Fucking server that smelled like cigarettes.
I could
God.
go for a muffaletta right now, though.
Well, the funny thing is,
Not
I found out later, we'd, like, thought that was the case. They got the muffaletta from the place next door.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Well, now we know for next time.
Yeah. God. What was that place called? Frank's?
Maybe. I think you're right.
I
think
did
the
like
place
when
is
I
called
said that on
Boycott.
Twitter we went there, and a dude that lived there was like, oh man, fuck that place.
I just like a guy with like the thickest New York accent in the world talking about really good Cajun food.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the best gumbo in the whole town, man. It's wonderful. It's great. I'll tell you about it. Fuck you.
Bless
Like,
him.
look what you can
that
out in the
place.
world, Kelly. You're 50-50, man. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, no, I do things every now and then. So those are my Milwaukee area reviews. So let's see. Garcade, good. Up Down, all right. Trinity, Irish Bard Club, fucking
No
cracker
thanks.
ass Cracker Town.
The whites are at it again.
The whites are. Oh god, the whites were at it.
Today at work, all the white people around me were talking about tattoos and how they don't have tattoos, and they're all thinking about getting tattoos but can never get tattoos. My friend Chrissy walked by, and she's like, "What's going on over here?" And I said, perhaps a little bit too loudly, "Just watching all these white people talking about tattoos." And the whitest of them all goes, "Did you say all these white people?" I go, "Yeah, you know what I mean." She's like, "Yeah, I know what you mean." Fucking whiteness is strong. What's going on with you guys? What's happening?
Well, sorry about that power outage last week, y'all.
I hold you personally responsible.
Yeah, I mean, you went over to the power company and was like, "Hey, turn this shit off.
You just went outside and pissed on a transformer.
I'm tired of lights."
It had been a while since we've had a podcast completely die on the vine, so it didn't feel good. Yeah, apparently somebody drove into a transformer or a power line around here and just knocked the power out in the entire in the entire area. It immediately got hot in here. I got nothing to fucking do. It was already 11 o'clock at night.
Just went in. Mary was sleeping. Looked at Mary. She turned into a cartoon steak.
Mary, it was so hot. She kept removing layers of clothes.
Is he gonna fuck the steak?
He's preparing for the worst. It could be days.
She kept removing layers of
Okay, I
clothes
see.
until she came out of the bedroom topless and like, I got no more clothes to remove. It's too hot. So I lay down. I lay down on the couch because it's too hot in the bedroom. Let her have the bedroom. I'll be out here on the couch. I'm just drifting off to sleep, and then everything kicks back on. The lights, the fan, the air conditioning, and then I was up until 4 a.m. So that was
still, man, that could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse. It was supposed to be out until 2 in the morning, but they got it back on within an hour and a half. So thank you for that. This past week, my dad's birthday was September 11th. Never forget. And my mom's birthday was on Sunday, September 16th. So we went over to the folks' house, ordered them some Italian beefs from Portillo's. So we had nice Italian beef lunch on Sunday as their birthday presents. And just kind of hung out at the house for the better part of Saturday and Sunday. Dozer just rubbing his NASA clearance in my face the entire time. That fucking dickhead. And we kind of alternated. They were premiering The Force Awakens on TNT, I think it was, on Sunday. So they were just steady running a marathon of Star Wars movies all weekend. So I somehow got control of the remote, and we were going between Star Wars and episodes of Hoarders all weekend, which not bad. I recently got a hold of the despecialized versions of the original trilogy, which you can find on all your favorite torrent services. And it's basically, they find the highest quality version of every aspect of those original theatrical releases. So whatever they have on Blu-ray that's kind of untouched is in there, but then they've also got, the original Ewok song, the original Max Rebo band, all the CGI shit cut out, but from the Laserdisc, because that was the highest definition of any of that ever released. So pretty cool to just look at this basic as fuck Lucasfilm font instead of the glowy Lucasfilm logo. So that's cool. Always love Star Wars. And sitting watching Star Wars with my parents, they kept asking questions as if they've never seen a Star Wars. And I have vivid memories of watching Star Wars with my family over the years. But, they were very confused. They didn't realize that there was a special edition at some point. I was like, it was kind of a big deal, you guys.
You just don't fucking know. I my mother-in-law was visiting with us, staying with us last weekend for Zoe's birthday, and made dinner Sunday. And this 50-whatever-year-old woman was like, "Oh, I've never had a brat before."
What?
Like, how the fuck? What?
Brats are
Sit
good.
down. No,
Their minds are slipping.
you can't assume shit, man.
Well, I know. I've sat there and watched these movies with them. We've
Well,
owned
yeah, but
Okay.
We
how
owned the
much were
special
they paying
editions.
attention?
What?
How much were they paying attention though?
I mean, probably not
watched
my
them,
mom.
yes. It
Probably
was
not my
on.
mom. But I know my dad would watch them on his own. But, you know, how much were they paying
Maybe he just
just you're right.
Was really good at sleeping with his eyes open.
It's true.
And that was just like his go-to.
And he's like, how the fuck did I get here?
Does he fast forward all the Lando parts?
No. Oh, speaking of, I found Mary and I had gotten a Lando poster at the Star Wars Celebration 5, which was the first time she came down here in 2010. And it's this big poster, and it's Lando giving the double thumbs and a smile, and it says, "Welcome to Orlando," but his leg is like in front of the R of Orlando, so it kind of looks like "Welcome to Lando."
That's pretty cool.
Hung that in my hallway in a nice frame this past weekend. But now I realize every time I sit down to take a shit, if I don't close the bathroom door, Lando is shooting me the double guns. That's pretty
Hey, buddy,
dope.
pinch one off.
He's like, "Well, what do we have here?" Here. I don't know why he had an accent like that. And then my last thing is, so going through all my Ninja Turtles to pull out my vintage turtles to set up my display, I found the where they made all the Ninja Turtles like rock stars. So like Raphael is an 80s hair metal guy. Michelangelo's a 90s like Flavor Flav rapper. Leonardo's like a classic rock guy, and Donatello's a punk music guy with a fucking guitar. But because they've been sitting in storage in Florida in Ziploc baggies with their guitars on them this entire time, the guitar necks basically bent around them. They, you know, they warped. So I spent the night, Thursday night, with my wife's hairdryer heating up these Ninja Turtle instruments to get their goddamn necks straight.
Fucking A.
It's time well spent.
Dude, one of my favorite playset vehicle things of all time was from that era of the Turtles. It was a school bus.
Oh, I need to get that for these guys. With the stage?
And it folded out into like a rock stage.
Yeah.
It was so fucking cool.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I'm going on eBay right now.
Put it in the chat.
I'm gonna sell all my trading cards. Oh, I know what the fuck you're talking about. I just never had it for whatever reason. I had a lot of Ninja Turtles vehicles, and that's about it for me.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Muta bus, if you want to look it up online. It's fucking rad. Now I'm wondering if I can lay hands on that somewhere. Because, boy, we never threw shit away. Gotta be around here somewhere. Damn it. Well, I'm obsessed now. What's up with you, Jose?
Landed in from the Missouri in the St. Louis.
Oh, the Lou.
Some Nelly going on. That was pretty cool.
Really? There was Nelly?
Highlight.
Nelly was
went to
there?
You like the mayor of St. Louis?
Nelly?
Yeah.
Probably.
He was fucking there?
So, went to a place called City Museum. Look it up. Check out their Instagram page. So what it is this guy bought a museum or a building, and like he was a very talented welder, and his thing was, you know, reclaimed material and turn it into art. So he wanted to reclaim this building and turn it into a huge art installation. So it's like a never-ending, ever-evolving building, 11 stories. There's a fucking 10-story slide.
Cool.
Jeez.
It's like Google.
There's tunnels everywhere. There's a cave system. Like I went through a
Built
whole
like a metal cave system.
Well, no, there's the caves aren't metal,
Okay.
but like there's a cave system where it kind of looks like a Disney thing. But there was holes that I went down, and I came out higher than when I started. I did not understand. Like it fucks with you, and then, but there's like these little tunnels everywhere, and they all lead to something. There's no map. Like you can't get. There's no right way to get to the next floor. It's just however you figure it out. They had a fucking crane that he repurposed into like a ramp. And the crane, one way that takes you to a plane, which is welded onto the building and overlooking the building. There's like a big, huge praying mantis. Like, it's weird. But it's the coolest shit. We were there for 3 hours and only saw 2 floors in the rooftop.
Holy shit!
There's
That's
like
cool.
this big bird cage that you look up and see, but then when you look to the left, you can fucking climb up to the bird cage. Or you get to the top and you can climb in from the top. There's like 4 ways into everything. But it is definitely the place you take your kids to see how tough they are. Because it's just raw iron everywhere.
I feel like you get the wrong set of people in there, and it gets like real Lord of the Flies real quick.
It could, but it's fucking
These caves are mine now.
like there was shit everywhere. And just random thing. There's a huge praying mantis at the top made out of metal.
You mentioned the praying mantis. I imagine Jose found a bench underneath the praying mantis with his vape pen and just stared at it for 2 hours. Maybe.
Boy's got a problem. That sounds fucking cool, Jose.
So the story with this guy is the original cause of death was that he was working at the installation late night and ran himself over with his bulldozer or whatever mechanical thing he was using.
Jeez.
Years later, a doctor released a conflicting autopsy report saying that he had been beaten to death first and that the crane was staged.
What? Jesus Christ.
And that he was most likely murdered by the Union. He was Hoffed in some way.
What?
Because, like, it's a fucking heavy Union town. And he originally didn't want to charge anybody. He just wanted to just build this shit. And it's nuts because, like, everything has a story. The bar we had a drink at was a repurposed cabin that belonged to the son of Daniel Boone.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. There's just like all kinds of shit. Like there's a huge like metal press, like a fucking 20-foot tall, just big, huge piece of metal machinery that he repurposed into a flower pot. It's just the weirdest, like the
because he could.
Pencil is there on one of the floors. We didn't even come across that. You could go all fucking day and still not see everything. There's no way. So he kept getting like pushed and hassled to like, you got to pay this guy off. These guys need to be you can't be the one making these steps. You got to pay these guys to do the iron work because it's iron work, and this company does the iron work in this city. Just all kinds of different like bullshit. You pay us.
Whoa.
And he's like, no. But then eventually he had to start charging. So, he was charging like $12 and something went wrong and he got ran over by his own bulldozer.
Jesus Christ.
A second
I was
doctor
not expecting that level of intrigue when you started the story.
Yeah. So just as fucking mysterious that guy, and the picture of him in the front, he's just the happiest looking fucking dude. Just the happiest smiley motherfucker. Amazing welder. Like there's one part, like there's a reclaimed organ, like legit fucking organ. Like everything has a backstory. There is nothing that is not interesting or has an interesting story. Fuck, what was I gonna say? It's like a huge slinky. There's like fucking steps made out of spider legs. Some weird, crazy shit like that.
What? Steps made out of spider legs, like a giant metal spider, and there's steps?
Yeah, well, it's meant to look like fucking spider. There was like this huge centipede electric train like fucking setup. It's just the most random but coolest shit ever collected in one spot. There's a 10-story slide. It's fucking insane.
10 stories. Oh my god.
I feel like that would just eat your fucking back up.
Bring knee pads. A lot of iron work. But if you're ever there, probably the coolest thing you'll ever see. And it, like, if I was a kid, it would have been the shit.
You never
Like,
find me.
the shit.
I live here now.
Yeah, this is my city. So, check out the Instagram. Like, pictures don't do it justice.
What was it called again?
City Museum.
Every time I open up Instagram on my desktop, it immediately autocompletes to the Instagram of the dude that shit in the bucket and spread it on NXT. What was it again? City what?
City Museum.
Nice. I will link that in the chat, y'all.
Check that shit out.
Probably one of the coolest things you'll fucking see in a city.
Unequivocally, coolest things you will ever see in a city. Don't talk to me about no towns, villages, suburbs.
That's not going no forest.
Whoa, that's cool.
They watch fucking Goonies?
Shit, yeah, son. It's fucking cool.
Should have had Zoe's birthday party here.
No kidding. Somebody get lost in there. Forever. It's all an accident.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if I ran across a dead body.
Yeah. Enough places to hide one in there.
Would not be surprised. And they wouldn't find you fucking forever.
I said that with a degree of certainty that makes me uncomfortable. But okay.
Well, you know, I ain't here to sugarcoat it. Shit's real.
So, before we get into our postponed top sixes from last week, Nyes had the brilliant idea. Let's check out this Captain Marvel trailer.
Ooh, buddy.
And I was good. Waited all day. So let's fucking
watched it.
bang this thing out. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yep.
Me too.
I did see some stuff though that was like finally the Captain Marvel trailer. I'm like, the movie comes out in 6 months. Like, it's not like it comes out in 2 weeks, you pricks. Calm down.
Yeah, but finally.
Fucking nerds.
Well, I mean,
Finally.
there has been the well of information after Infinity War and Ant-Man and Wasp has dried up because they don't want to reveal anything about what the next Avengers movie is going to be.
That's cool. Let them have it, you
it is
fucks.
cool.
Yeah, we don't have to know everything before it comes out. People.
Yeah, this is. I'm looking forward to this one, man. I'm pretty excited. This should be good. right, so this is like the big, Marvel Entertainment one, like the one fucking trailer. So it'd be easy to find this one on the YouTubes.
Yep.
Shouldn't be that hard. We're gonna kick this thing. Everybody ready to go?
Yep.
Hang on, just a bit.
Opening it up.
Almost there. Okay.
So Marvel Studios is Captain Marvel official trailer. Right, so go fire this bitch up. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, go.
Good old blockbuster.
That's pretty good. In case you were wondering, this is a period piece, gang.
War is a universal language. I know a renegade soldier when I see one. Never occurred to me that one might come from above.
Okay.
Some Nick Fury action. I love that 10th anniversary logo.
Space invasion. Big car chase. Truth be told,
She looks
I
great.
didn't hang it up till I met you today.
What up, young boy?
He's got eyes.
It's hard to explain.
Looking like it's off the set of Jurassic Park.
Is this where he loses his eye?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Nice.
I hope he really spends the whole movie talking about his 20/20 vision.
The new pair of glasses he just got.
Yeah.
Now, the other chick there is supposed to be Monica Rambeau, right?
Monica Rambeau's mom.
It's real.
Oh, okay.
Rochambeau.
Boy, it sure would be a shame if something happened to my eye.
Ooh. Oh, that's cool.
What threats are out
Uh-oh.
Nah!
there. You can't do this alone.
Young
Oh,
Coulson.
Coulson
Young
looking
Coulson.
good. She's even got the hair going on.
Ooh,
Yep.
the mask.
I'm not what you think I am.
Yep. Yes, please.
Suit looks really good.
Yes, please.
Got a little tingle in my head going on.
Yeah. I like that she looks. I mean, she looks great. She's not like, smoking hot ultra sex babe. She looks fucking awesome.
She's pretty hot.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like they didn't fucking expose her belly for no good reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Fully clothed, let the action do the talking.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, the costume looks
I hear
great.
what you gonna say about the fucking thing. Get out of my face.
I dig those scrolls, man.
Yeah, the scrolls look great.
I didn't notice the scrolls in that trailer.
Yeah, they showed the scroll right before she punched the old lady.
Okay,
saying
okay.
That the old lady is the scroll. That's why she punched the shit out of her.
No, she just really hates the elderly.
Well, that too. I can see that.
That's fucking
There's
cool.
pooping everywhere.
Part of me kind of wishes though that Fury looked exactly the same but with 2 eyes.
Oh,
That'd be kind of great.
Because he's already talked about like how he knew Howard Stark and he made some comment about being older than he looks or whatever. So like if you looked the same, maybe just not as young, that'd be kind of cool. Like
Black Stone Crack, man.
yeah, I mean he doesn't look that much different, I guess, but still.
And he's got that line in Winter Soldier where he's like, "Last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye."
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So it's gotta be a scroll.
I trust you. Hopefully, I won't lose an eye over this one.
We were
Oh,
That's called
watching.
foreshadowing.
I'm
Oh.
excited.
We were watching Black Panther on Netflix. It is on Netflix for those that don't know. And what's his name? Bilbo Baggins.
Martin Freeman?
Yeah, what's the character's name?
Edward Fremont.
Ross.
Martin Bilbo.
Martin Ross or Everett Ross, right?
Everett Ross.
He is also in the Air Force, so I wonder if he is going to make a cameo in this at some point. I mean, the timelines would work out too.
Sure. I'm into
Same
it.
thing with Rhodey.
Yeah.
He was an Air Force guy as well.
But it's Terrence Howard.
That'd be fucking great.
So last week, before our show got cut short, Entertainment Weekly released the first official photos from Captain Marvel leading up to the trailer release this morning. So they showed the costume. They showed a bunch of pictures from the movie.
And that's where I saw the scroll is better for sure with the photos.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, because it was kind of the big costume reveal. Everything else before that was just either concept art or set photos. So what would be our top 6 best comic book movie costumes? And then Lee was like, fuck it, let's do top 6 worst too. So here we are.
And that's a fucking rad idea.
Yeah.
There's some good responses too on the Twitters and the Facebooks.
Yeah.
Let's do well, you want to do the one first and the other one, or just do all of them at once? What do you think?
Let's do them separate, I think.
All right. So I'm gonna start. Let's do the worst first.
Cool.
So I'll go first. And I know it's not a costume necessarily, but I put on the bottom of my list, I wrote fucking Steppenwolf. Because fucking Steppenwolf looks terrible.
See, I kind of had the same conversation with Kelly before last week's episode. I like to set my own rules for these top 6s. And if it's something that's purely built from CGI, I don't really consider that a costume. Like, there has to be something had to have been stitched at some point.
And that's why it's like,
But your list is
that's
your list.
my honorable mention.
Yeah, sure. But I also thought about the Hulk looks great in Avengers and going forward, but I also wouldn't consider that a costume.
Sure. No, that's totally fair.
Yeah, that's a design.
Yeah, which is why I was... Yeah, so I wrote in my list. My list says fucking Steppenwolf, and then parentheses it says, not a costume, but fuck that thing. Left myself a little fuck you note.
Just kicking them while they're down, huh?
Fuck everything about that. Also, fuck everything about this Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. Oh, God.
It's never coming out.
I mean, they're shooting it, so it's probably going to come out. I don't want to say too much about it. I don't want it. But I also don't want to write it off, because what if he's great?
It could happen. In a world of infinite possibilities, it could be great. All right, so but definitely cracking the list for sure. We're doing either of the shiny nippled bat suits.
Yeah.
I don't like nipply bat suits. Don't want no rubber butt shots. Let's fuck all that.
Cock piece.
Yeah, no weird cod piece. I'm going Deadpool from the Wolverine movie because
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
That's bad.
That was a real shitter.
That's bad. But that's another one where I looked at it is that costume, or is that's just bad interpretation of the character from fucking the word jump?
Or at the very least, it's shitty character design.
Yeah.
Worst case. And I'm gonna go. And again, this one was tough. I didn't know if this counts, if they made a suit or not. But the Josh Trank reboot Doctor Doom is a crash test dummy with a garbage bag on its head.
Yeah, I don't know if there was ever actually a costume. I think there was at least the garbage bag on his head was there.
Yeah, we saw the garbage bag for sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that one counts. That's fucking terrible. I'm
gonna say it counts.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be surprised if this one makes it on a lot of these lists. I haven't read all of them. I'm gonna say the Halle Berry Catwoman suit is just awful.
Retardo.
Just terrible.
But on the list of things that are wrong with that movie, it's probably in the 10s.
You can go 6 hours to watch that movie.
Yeah. It's not a top 3 problem with that movie is the costume.
We had to leave and come back. It's a tough sit if you've not seen Catwoman.
It's a bad time.
Oh boy. I'm gonna say Suicide Squad Joker head to toe was just it's just off-putting. And for as much as I will say that he's one of the more interesting parts of that movie.
I feel
it's a shitty design and costume.
I feel like all of the designs and all of the costumes in Suicide Squad have
Academy
aged.
Award-winning Suicide
Yeah.
Squad.
You're right, Jose.
for
Sorry.
their costumes.
Sorry.
Right.
For their costumes.
They have aged. Was it for costumes or for makeup?
It was
Oh
for
my
makeup.
God, he's right. They won a
Well, yeah,
fucking
but you
Oscar
just
for that
said
shitty Joker.
No, it was makeup,
Same thing, though, right?
which is
No.
absurd.
No, makeup and costumes are different.
I bet makeup counts for Joker.
I feel like those
Yes.
designs and those costumes have aged so badly in just the 2 years that movie's been
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, that's a
They
day.
feel like they're straight from 1998.
Yeah. And then I think my number one, worst one we actually watched on the show, Steel.
Yeah.
That fucking rubber ass Steel outfit.
It's bad.
It's fucking real bad.
Bad.
Like
Now, Steel
real bad.
Steel as a whole was kind of charming, but not great by any means.
No,
But could have been elevated with a better costume.
And I still think the absolute best part about the Steel movie is anytime Judd Nelson stands up to and talks shit to Shaq. That man won a fucking Oscar for his performance in that movie. Phenomenal.
Solid.
But yeah.
Solid worst list, Lee.
Thanks. So yeah. Let's hit one up on the Twitter real quick. Our own Kristen Allen hit us up with her list of the worst. She's gonna go. This is pretty good. She's gonna go number 6, Dark Phoenix, which was basically just Jean Grey in a shitty coat.
Yeah, those.
oh god, that's right.
Those
Yeah.
X-Men movies. Costumes were not great, but they were of the time.
Yeah, but yeah, not good. I kind of forgot about this one, but she's not wrong. She's saying the original 2002, the Green Goblin, the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin costume.
Oh,
Yep.
you mean Willem Dafoe as the Green Power Ranger?
Yeah.
Yes.
And she even says, especially compared to what could have been, and she links to that animatronic mask test.
Yeah.
That fucking incredible animatronic mask test.
Yeah, that thing's scary.
Like, I don't know how they leapt from that thing to what they had.
There's still time.
Yeah.
They could still make that animatronic mask happen.
Absolutely. Number 4, she says Apocalypse, which I will admit to having purged from my memory completely. Then she says Jennifer Lawrence is Mystique, which, yeah, that's true, man, because, boy, she does not emote in that makeup whatsoever. Like, her fucking forehead is just stuck in that position, although that might just be her face.
I think it's her face.
Yeah, I think it's just a bad combination of lots of things.
Because Rebecca Romaine Stamos is not a great actress, but like she had some personality
Yeah.
in that costume.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence might be a bit overrated. Like, quite possibly.
Maybe just a little bit. I don't know.
Then she says Catwoman. And she says Doom too. The new FF Doom. Look at
There
that.
you go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Fuck that Doom. That's rough. What you got, Knives?
All right, here we go. Kristen mentioned Apocalypse, but I'm going to go one better, and I'm going to say, you remember the final scene where all of the young X-Men had their new colorful costumes in the danger
You mean
room?
the one time they wore costume to look kind of like X-Men?
Oh, yeah, where they kind of made them look like the comic books, and they
Right.
looked fucking stupid. Every single last one of them looked dumb. Yeah, all of them in that scene. I'm going to echo Lee a little bit, but I'm going to be a little bit more specific. Batman and Robin Batgirl was the worst of the bat nipple costumes. Terrible. They had, the regular one where she just kind of had the domino mask like Robin. Awful. Sucked. And then they had the one where when they were in the vehicles and she had the cowl on.
She had the cowl on for like
She looked
15 seconds.
And what was going on with Alicia Silverstone in that movie?
And she has these giant spike heels.
Lots of coke.
Yeah.
Now, this is kind of a personal choice, but And more character design than costume, but because it is a lot of prosthetics, I counted it as costume. I absolutely hate the X-Men First Class Beast.
I was waiting for it.
He looks like 2000 Flesh's werewolf. Doesn't look like Beast. The characterization isn't Beast whatsoever. So there we go.
I think that Beast costume, I was kind of on board with it at the beginning. I think they kept getting worse.
Yeah.
Like by the time he's in that fucking outfit at the end of Apocalypse, like it's like Teen Wolf.
Yeah, it is bad. Number 3, I will echo Kristen, but I'm also going to up the ante. I'm going to say anytime they've done a Green Goblin in the Spider-Man movies.
That's not wrong.
Willem Dafoe, you got James Franco, what was it, like New Goblin? Hobgoblin 2.0?
Something like that.
Just the most half-assed way they could have possibly done that.
And then the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Dane DeHaan, Green Goblin. They were all terrible. But I love the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin, despite that awful costume. Because he puts in a great performance.
He really does.
The performance is good.
Yeah.
The fucking garbage, though. Dude's garbage.
I imagine him doing that performance, but like through that scary ass robot mask.
Right.
Yeah.
Or just with a little bit of prosthetics on his face.
Yeah.
He's Willem Dafoe. You cast him because he looks like a goblin.
Yeah. It's minimal work.
Number 2, I'm going to go with Lee. I'm going to say Steel. Like, way to make the 7-foot-tall, jacked black dude look like a complete asshole.
Yeah, and way to limit the movement of like who was arguably one of the best pro ballers of the time.
Right.
And
also
a big goofy suit.
The Steel design is great. It looks good on the comic book page. So let's not use any of that. He's not even going to hold the hammer like a regular hammer. He's going to hold it like a bazooka. How about that?
Oh, God.
And then number 1, I didn't pick Doom, but I'm going to go with the entire Fantastic team.
It's fantastic.
Bad. All of them. Every single one of them. Every decision they made on that movie was a bad decision.
Yeah.
They should all be fired.
Yeah, it's real bad. I keep hoping that somehow, some way, that director's cut comes out, because the way he talked about that movie, what the fuck?
I wonder.
There's no way it's any good.
I wonder if when Marvel gets the rights back from Fox, if they'll kind of do a deep dive on some of those awful Fox Marvel movies and release. Like, you remember the Self-Destruction of Ultimate Warrior DVD?
Yeah.
Do that,
Right.
but with Fantastic.
I heard him talk about that movie like in interviews, and even the actors. I'm like, they're talking about shit that was not in those movies.
Yeah.
Man, the trailer's not in that movie. Quite the mystery of that fucking movie. Yeah, not great. Not great. All right, so Juggalo John hit us up on Twitter, and he says his worst, he's going to go number 6, he puts the Spider-Man 3 Venom. I don't know that I agree with that. Like,
yeah, I see people crap on that suit or that look. I like it.
Like, it looks like, to me, that looks like the Venom in that world should look.
It was on my longer list, but I didn't include it because, like you said, it matches the Spider-Man costume. But when it really gets bad is when the mask pulls back and it's jacked up teeth, Topher Grace underneath. That's the worst
no
part.
reason that should have happened.
Yeah.
In case you've never seen it, Spider-Man 3 is on Netflix now.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That
might be worth a watch.
That might need to be a movie night, like ASAP.
Yeah. Especially we got Venom coming up soon. That might be
perfect.
Something we got to do in the next
When is
couple of
Venom?
weeks.
That's not looking. That suit's not looking good to me.
I don't know. I think it looks cool.
I think the suit is probably the best thing that I've seen from that movie. October 5th.
The CG looks like garbage.
Well, That movie has a lot working against it, Jose.
I think it was Jeff on Twitter said something about the fact that it's hilarious because it is ridiculous that there's no Spider-Man in this world. So just imagine people looking at Venom going, you know who you remind me of? Absolutely nobody. Like you don't bear resemblance to anyone that we know.
Venom comes out Friday, October 5th, so let's pencil in Tuesday, October 2nd for Spider-Man 3.
There you go.
And then let's also plan for the rest of the month to do Halloween-themed top sixes.
Yep.
There we go.
Or do we want to do
shit like that?
I don't know when it came on Netflix. So maybe we want to do the 25th?
It just recently dropped on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get to October and have it fall off.
Sure.
But I think you're right. It only recently popped up. So it should be there for a little while.
Doing
Yeah, there
it
we go.
on the
So watch
second.
Venom on the 2nd.
Yeah, it'll get good hits.
Cool.
Hitting it on the 2nd.
Sweet deal. So that'll be a fun time.
Yeah, it will.
See, and then let's see what else. He puts Bullseye on the list, and I emphatically disagree.
Yeah, like it's bad, but I fucking love Colin Farrell as Bullseye.
Yeah, I beat the hell out of that.
And the target in his forehead, was that in the comics prior to the movie?
It was added after.
Okay,
it came after the fact. Yeah,
see, you got to give some props to even if it's a bad costume that they worked it into the comic books later on.
Like he's got the Ninja Star belt thing, and I don't know. I'm a Colin Farrell fan anyway, and I love that shitty movie. I don't know. I dig it. But hey, your list, John. Whatever the fuck you want. You're allowed, man.
You do you.
I'm not judging your fucking list. You're a good man. X3 Juggernaut. He says he looked like rubber rolled in pubes.
Yeah.
He looks like Toad. That's another one. Man, I love the Juggernaut so much, and no one will ever tell me anything about X3 being a bad movie. I fucking love it.
Number 3, the Bane for Batman and Robin. That's
it's not great, but
no.
Imagine
he looks like one of those fucking blow up Stay Puft costumes.
Yeah.
Imagine if the characterization was better. Would the costume be better? Would it seem like a better Bane costume if the character behind it wasn't just Bane?
That's some real nature versus nurture
Right?
shit, man. I don't know.
Right? Because
that's tough to say.
You look at Dark Knight Rises Bane, like not a great costume on paper, but the performance and the characterization hammers it home.
Yeah. That's what sells it.
Maybe that's a good point. I don't know. He also writes in Origins Deadpool.
Yeah.
Solid, because fuck everything about that. And then number 1, he put every X-Men they didn't bother giving a costume. Which is pretty good, because there is a lot of that shit.
You know, the X-Men costumes are bad, but you know one X-Men that they did perfectly? Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't give him the red and black jumpsuit, but they paid more attention to Nightcrawler than they did anyone but Wolverine, I feel.
Yeah, that's fair to say. Yeah. What you got, Kelly?
All right. So first one, I'm going with the hot take. Spider-Man from the Sam Raimi movies. Really? I hate that suit.
It's I definitely think it's dated.
Yeah, it's really dated. I hate how the eyes look.
Yeah.
I hate the weird, like, I don't know what the webbing is supposed to be, if it's like plastic or what. That looks shitty. I don't like the texture to the suit. Like, I've never liked that suit.
Enough to make it on the 6th worst, really.
I wouldn't put
hate
it as a
that
worst,
suit.
but I get where Kelly's coming from, because you get that suit, and then you go to the Amazing Spider-Man movies, which I love those Spider-Man costumes.
Yes.
And then the Civil War into Spider-Man Homecoming into Infinity War Spider-Man costumes. Like, those are dope.
Because, like, there's a lot of superhero costumes that I'm just totally indifferent to. Like I don't give a shit either way. This one is a visceral hatred, and I probably should move it higher up on the list than this number 6.
That's surprising me because like it is in its essence the Spider-Man suit.
It is, but it's got enough things that are wrong.
It's got a 90s vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like a 90s superhero movie vibe.
It's too metallic.
Interesting. All right. Okay.
Yeah, like it's just wrong enough. Number 5 is Captain America's jammies from Avengers.
I was wondering if someone was going to bring those up.
Yeah, they not aged particularly well.
That suit looks like trash, and I don't understand it.
I have no problem with it.
I don't understand that suit. It just looks like he's wearing his jammies. Number 4, Steel.
Yeah.
Number 3, Toad. Toad looks like shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, Toad.
Toad he's just like some slimy looking weirdo.
I'm a homeless dude with a freaking sweet tongue.
Yeah. Let me holler at that butthole. Number 2, the most recent Doctor Doom. Fuck that movie. Number 1, Green Goblin from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Number 1, Macy Gray from Spider-Man.
She's dead, right?
No.
What?
No? I thought she was dead.
To the Googles, I do not believe Macy Gray is dead.
No, she's not dead.
Oh, all right.
She's still alive. 51 years old.
And who we got on Facebook and is up nice?
We got Ben hit us up on Facebook. Hold on. Sorry. Loading, scrolling. What do we got here? Worst. Number 6, Juggernaut in X3. He says he looked like one of the guys from Gwar, and I think I know exactly who he's talking about. The guy who has like the same helmet. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yep.
And he says thank you to the Deadpool 2 mid-credits scene.
Yeah.
Number 4, Ian McKellen's Magneto from the first X-Men film.
Ooh,
Says,
I don't know about that.
I
okay.
see what
I
they
didn't think that was that bad.
I see what they were going for, but it didn't work in my opinion. And
Again, one of those things that's definitely dated, but I kind of dig it.
yeah. I'd say one of the
most
better
horrendous Magneto ever.
I'd say one of the better costumes in that first X-Men movie.
Oh, for sure.
Number 3, Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. Just because you can make an animated suit doesn't mean you should. And that's right.
Yep.
But that was one of those that I had on my list, but I was like, they didn't make a single fucking thread of that costume, so.
It's so crazy to think how poorly that was received. And then it's like, in just such a few years, the technology leapt so far ahead that you don't even realize that all the Kryptonian armors in Man of Steel, they're all fake. They're all CG pajamas.
Yeah.
All the Iron Man armors.
Like Feora, well, they built some of the Iron Man armors.
Sure.
But most of it's all CG stuff. Even like some of the Black Panther stuff they put back in.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that Green Lantern is rough.
Number 2, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. Even by 2002 standards, he thought it looked silly. And then number 1, worst, Halle Berry's Catwoman. There are porn parodies with better costumes.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. Rough time. Real quick, John Michael hit us up and just says, pretty much pick any 6 characters from Suicide Squad, and there you go.
Man, he has been throwing shade at Suicide Squad for going on 3 years now, it feels like.
Fucking sucks. It's real bad. What you got, Jose? I look forward to you 13.
I as well. Green Goblin. A lot of mine have already been picked.
Sure.
But I'm on board with fucking Green Goblin.
Yep.
Catwoman. That Steel can eat a dick. My top is the fucking Green Lantern. Like that's fucking hot garbage.
Forgot about it. I totally forgot about it.
It's hot garbage. Do you even attempt? Like, it should have been a suit. Why? What the fuck?
I get where they were going with it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
like I don't entirely hate it because I see why it is the way it is.
Right. But it just the execution was bad.
Yes.
Oh, shitty execution. Just the worst. And like even the fucking head, the mask,
Yeah.
like that didn't even, like nothing looked good.
I do love the part in the movie though where he's outside Carol Ferris's room and she's like, "Hal, you just have a fucking thing on your face. Of course I know it's you." Like,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah, that's
one
pretty
good
good.
thing in that movie.
And I
But,
still
like-
say the post-credit scene, the Sinestro Corps stuff. The second I was like, oh, "Man, fuck this movie," and then that happened, I'm like, "Oh man, can't wait for the sequel."
Let's
Yeah.
go.
That'd
Gigolo John says we still need to do Suicide Squad as a movie night, and I told him we'll do it the week that Joker movie comes out.
Yep.
Ha!
So, 2000, fuck you. That's when that Joker movie is coming out. Oh, man. All right, we got a couple more Facebooks, right?
Yeah. Kerouac. First time listener, long time caller, or whatever. Worst. Leto Joker.
Yeah, fuck that.
Colossus. I asked him which Colossus, and he said literally any. They're all equally bad costumes. But I do love CGI Colossus from the Deadpool movies. It's not
Yeah, I think
necessarily
Deadpool
Fuck,
nails it.
man.
it's not necessarily a great costume like a Colossus costume, but it's a good Colossus characterization.
Yeah.
Wolverine on his worst. They never did really give him a good Wolverine costume.
No, but he looks like Wolverine when he's walking around doing Wolverine shit.
He also says Romper Thanos, which I'm led to believe is sleeveless, no helmet Thanos.
I don't buy that for a second.
Yeah.
Then he
no.
says Bat Nipples and Halle Berry Catwoman.
God, Thanos looks incredible.
Yeah.
Again, even if you throw out the they didn't stitch a thing of that rule, he fucking looks awesome.
I
I
would
do
agree.
wish he had his hat.
Well, he had his hat on for a second.
Yeah, but how weird would he look with the helmet on and no sleeves?
I'll give him some sleeves.
Well, then you're just putting him in his regular costume.
It's got to be what? It's got to be just so he can emote better, right? It's got to be.
And so he's got the full costume on the Asgard ship. And then where does he go from there? He goes to nowhere. And
Yeah, but he's dropping the armor on the ship.
he dropped the armor on the ship?
Yeah, I think like after he's like kind of wrecking shit when he put maybe either right before or right after he puts the Tesseract in the gauntlet, he like drops the shoulder pads.
Because
Ah.
okay, so he's got the Power Stone and the Tesseract at that point. So it's like I don't even need armor.
Yeah, I think that might be
Thanos
part of
on
it.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
This fucking shit off me.
Yeah.
You know who I is?
I got bad peripheral vision.
I wanted to see my fucking face when I'm coming, son.
Oh, and then yeah. So we finished out Kerouac, and then I got Vetter here on Facebook as well. Daniel Defoe, Green Goblin, Deadpool, Wolverine Origins, the lack of costumes in X-Men, Halle Berry, Catwoman. Number 2, not mentioned yet, Galactus, which
Doesn't count.
I
That-
don't count it.
that obviously doesn't count. Because
I
there's
mean,
not.
fuck that Galactus, but that doesn't count.
It's fucking sucked as Galactus. It is a lack of costume. He's a clown.
Yeah.
And then number 1 was Clooney's Bat Nipples specifically.
Yeah, that is definitely the worst of the Bat Nibble. I had to think about it, but yeah. And part of it might be because just like I think between the two of them, like Batman Forever is kind of fun in parts and it's kind of at least watchable.
Yeah.
So maybe it's, not the worst one of the two. And so all right, Jose, take us through your best. Let you go first.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with some Wonder Woman because I
Great.
think
All right.
that costume was done pretty well.
Yeah.
It kind of hits some of the old stuff. It's modern. It works. It's probably one of the best things out of that universe.
She looks
so far.
great in it.
The who?
She looks great in it.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with that. I even though some of the I was a little disappointed in the movie, but the Crank Brothers
Ghost Rider.
I really dug.
Yeah.
I dug that. I dug the costume. I dug
The
firework.
the actual Ghost Rider costume.
Yeah, from part 2.
I've never actually watched that all the way through.
See, I just recently rediscovered that movie thanks to Jax, and like I watched not the part 2, but the part 1 Ghost Rider made my list. I forgot how different the part 2 one was because he has like the burnt charred leather and shit.
And the scorched skull.
There's a little more detail in the firework.
Yeah. That's a bad movie, but it's a fun bad movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Captain America.
Winter Soldier.
Overall, because I get what Kelly's saying about the pajamas, but I think that also lends to the character of how out of water he kind of was.
Like you guys just thawed me out and then put me in PJs.
Yeah. But then in Winter Soldier, he's got a modern suit. The character is updated. He's done nothing but train. So of course, his fighting styles update. He's gonna want a more tactical suit. And then the Civil War ripped the fucking star off my chest and roll in a black suit. I dig the whole progression of Captain America's costume. Captain America as a whole.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys.
What?
Who?
So I was looking up Spirit of Vengeance Ghost Rider. So, 'cause I wanted to see it. And holy shit.
Did you discover the Nicolas Cage thing?
Where he like fucking painted a skull on his face.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
didn't know that?
yeah, like the behind the scenes.
Oh my god.
I want to see that cut of the movie.
It's him running around with the makeup.
This is
Yeah.
fucking astounding.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, I never saw this before. You didn't have to do that.
It helped him get into character to put skull paint on.
Oh man, that's phenomenal. All right,
The
I'm
best
sorry.
is
I'm sorry. But
Watch
that
the
just,
behind the scenes of when, like, remember when he shoots the bullets out of his mouth
yeah.
and like he like yells at some guy in his face. Watch him do that.
He's knocking at the door.
Yeah. That's it. That's him yelling at the guys.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Fucking Kung Fu Panda.
That is fucking astounding. That's the shot. That is astounding.
Someone implicated Nicolas Cage in a whiteface scandal.
Holy shit, that's amazing. All right, sorry, Jose. You were saying. What's Captain America your number one?
I'm gonna go. Captain America is my number one, but I'm also going to throw in Loki. Loki was.
Man,
That's
Loki
another
can,
one of those two that went on to influence the comics.
He can fucking wear some clothes, that guy.
I dig the plainclothes suit Loki. How they were able to bring that helmet in and not make it look fucking stupid.
Yeah, and that's a tough order, man.
And I'm also going to give a very low key but fucking props to the Dr. Octopus Spider-Man Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 costume.
Yeah, it's cool. Those
it's very not much costume, but I think that's my favorite of the Raimi movies.
Yes.
And I think that's my favorite villain of the Raimi movies.
and
For sure.
The tentacles all had a personality.
Yeah.
Solid.
That's some of mine. Get it. Come get these costumes.
What's Vetter got on the Facebook, nice?
Best Deadpool, which is like from comic book to screen, one of the more faithful adaptations that you'll see.
For sure. I think we're going to see a lot of Deadpool on these things.
Number 5, he says the Iron Man franchise, which that first Iron Man was the first. I feel like that was the shift where everybody was like, "Oh shit!" So we can make the costumes look like the comic books. That's
Just-
pretty dope.
Just do it like they've been doing them for years. Oh, I see.
Number 4, Jack Nicholson, Joker. Another guy that can wear some clothes.
Didn't even occur to me, but yeah.
Number 3, all
Solid.
Spider-Man. Number 2, Sin City. I love Sin City, but they're all just wearing trench coats. Like the movie, the style of the movie is the costume, I feel. And then number 1, I would agree with this, the entire Watchmen movie. Those
Ooh,
costumes are dope.
Yeah.
Even the ones where they divert from the source, like Ozymandias and Night Owl, it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, kind of piggybacking off of that for my list, I did, like I said, honorable mention to Ghost Rider, and then the Amazing Spider-Man suit we talked about earlier, and then partway because it continues the bit, and partway because I'm super fucking sincere about it, I'm gonna say Dread.
Yeah, no, that one's perfect.
Yeah.
Dread looks fucking perfect in that movie. Like, I fucking love. You never see his face. It's always that fucking badass helmet the entire time. Love
That's
that.
what sells it.
And he gets
And then,
dirtier as the movie goes on.
Yeah, but you think you're gonna take that son of a bitch off? No, fuck you. Never gonna happen. And then I have a Marv from Sin City on my list because he's not just they put the thing on his face.
Prosthetics,
Like they marved him up. You know, like that is probably the costumiest costume.
Yeah, Marv is great.
Shy of the yellow bastard in those movies. Fucking Marv looks awesome, man, and just like and a lot of it is the effects with like the kind of floating highlighted bandages or whatever, but just the shot of him, with the dude hanging out the window, like rubbing his face in the concrete. I can do this all day. It's like one of my favorite fucking things. So Marv makes the list, as does Rorschach from Watchmen. Then in Deadpool, I'm gonna do Iron Man because like I said, the general evolution of Iron Man has been great movie to movie.
Yeah.
And I'm going fucking mad old school. I'm saying number 1 is the Christopher Reeve Superman outfit.
Oh, classic.
Solid.
Like it's that's fucking forever Superman. That's fucking Superman.
I'd almost argue that the Iron Man armors have gotten worse as they've gotten more streamlined. Like I don't like
as much as there's you feel like they probably didn't make
anything.
a bit of armor
Right.
for Infinity War.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they definitely made armor before that. I can see an argument for that for sure. Yeah, the Iron Man costume in Infinity War is just like you said, just pajamas. But then you see pictures of him on set in the fucking suits, and it's like, yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
Well, speaking of Kerouac's best, he picks the Bleeding Edge Iron Man from Infinity War, the nano suit.
Yeah, so he definitely did not understand the rules of this contest.
He also says Deadpool, Dawn of Justice, Batman.
No. Well,
Yeah, but that Batman's pretty sweet.
The
that Batman is pretty sweet. Fuck that movie. But that Batman is pretty sweet.
Batman's pretty sweet.
I like the Batman more than the armored Batman. The armored Batman, after
Night
so
Owl?
long,
Yeah, see, that's the thing. See, I went to Armored Batman, and that's terrible. But the Batman is probably the best movie Batman.
yeah, armored Batman has kind of turned goofy over the years. Then he says Nicholson Joker, The Shadow, little Alec Baldwin,
Oh, yeah.
and Anne Hathaway Catwoman, which isn't a great costume, but she looks really good in it when she gets on that bat pod.
Yeah, but the ears were a cool little
An inspired choice.
fun trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that.
Ben on Facebook, he gives honorable mention to Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, Rorschach, and Marv from Sin City. His number 6 is Tom Holland's Spider-Man from Civil War. Perfect recreation of what
His
Spidey...
suit or that sweet ass in there.
Number 5, Hellboy.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's solid.
Yep.
The whole series, I think all their costumes
Yeah.
were fucking
Oh yeah.
pretty amazing.
Number 4, Cap from The Winter Soldier. Looked like it
Fuck
leapt
yeah.
from the pages of the Brubaker era Cap comic. Number 3,
Shield Bros.
Number 3, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. He says he has his
Ooh,
reasons.
yeah.
It is a great costume.
Yeah, that is.
Keaton's Batman, an iconic look that made Mr. Mom look tough, and that original Batman
and actually
costume
made the yellow look cool
Yeah.
in the bat symbol.
And then number 1, Christopher Reeve Superman.
Oh, no shit. There you go. See? Yeah.
I would like to add a tag along to my Captain America. I want to add the Winter Soldier to that.
Well, yeah, I figured you were talking Winter Soldier when you started,
Yeah.
but you said all Captain America essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that Superman. That's a good movie.
And that fucking the Joker-ish, because the Why So Serious has that like just upticking and then it hits. Winter Soldier had his theme song has that same up build. Fucking love it. Well done.
What does that have to do with this costume?
It enhances it. The moment, because the right song next to the right costume makes the perfect.
So now
moment.
we're just saying what movie's best.
What you got, Nice?
All right. Number 6, I'm going to go with Lee with Dread.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, from comparing it to the Stallone costume, which was probably more comic accurate, the Dread, the Dread costume looks real, it looks functional, and it just looks good. Like, probably the closest thing we've got to a modern-day RoboCop armor is that Dread costume.
And a modern day RoboCop movie.
Number 5, I'm going to call this a dark horse. Blade. That Blade costume.
Yeah.
Blade's pretty good.
Blade's pretty good.
Like, and then they did such a good job with that Blade costume that they didn't take the lesson of, okay, well, we need to make it look functional and good, but also adapt it well from the comics. Instead, they just said, all right, well, everything has to be black leather.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. What if the X-Men looked like that Blade?
Like Blade?
Batman looked like that Blade.
Blade predated the Matrix.
Yeah,
with
sure
that
did.
look.
What if the Matrix looked like Blade?
Number 4, I'm going to echo Jose's sentiments about Loki. Everything Tom Hiddleston wears in any of those movies looks super cool, super true to character. Like, that man has some fashion sense. That character does.
Oh, yeah.
And he flaunts it. I like it.
Yeah, you gotta imagine he could probably pretty much look like and wear anything. That's what the fuck he's doing.
My number 3, I've got a trio here. They're all neck and neck. That first Iron Man armor, straight off the page. The first Avenger, Captain America First Avenger, after he stops doing the USO tours.
Yep.
After he saves Bucky and all that, where it's the helmet, it's you work the stripes in with the straps. I remember seeing the concept art for that Captain America First Avenger suit and being like, holy shit, these guys are fucking doing it.
Yeah, I love that suit.
Oh, it's so good. And then
it's so good they wrote a reason to make it come back in the present day movie
right.
the next year.
And then to round out the trinity of Marvel Studios, not a huge fan of Thor 1 Thor, but love Dark World Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie's still underrated.
It
You get
is.
shit on.
I
I
think
love that movie.
It's more because of his hair and his beard in Dark World. It's essentially the same costume, but it looks way
More
better.
back
Like,
abs.
if I'm picking my perfect Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, those are my 3.
I can feel like at that point he's like, he's fully Thored up by then.
Right. And he also gets to like hang out in his cash Asgard clothes too, which are pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
My number 2, it is technically a costume, but they are not the costumes of the characters. Those original Ninja Turtles costumes.
Yep.
Like,
I'll allow it.
yeah.
Yeah,
like,
no, that counts. That's
essentially,
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about it, but yeah.
essentially the characters' costumes are bandanas and belts.
Right.
But you're not
but the characters themselves
Yeah.
are the costumes.
And then my number
Hey,
one.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says, man. Those things hold up. They look.
Yeah, they do.
Those things
They look
are
great.
incredible.
No one's got the fucking balls to do that in 2018.
Nope.
No.
Not a one. And my
Fucking
number one,
emote, man. Like they're so good, so good.
a tie for number one, Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger. The clothes, the makeup, the hair, the way they both did the smiles. Like, Jack Nicholson gets more wardrobe changes, but that whole Heath Ledger ensemble is great. And the fact that they talk about that all of his clothes are custom made, there's not a tag in any of it. Love it. Love both of those Jokers. Love their costumes.
Solid. Kristen Allen writes in on the Twitter machine. She says 6. She goes a tie between the Keaton and Affleck Batmans.
All right.
Solid.
All right.
Number 5, the Penguin, which is that's an interesting pull because
I love that Danny DeVito Penguin.
Yeah,
it's so fucking
it
gross.
works.
He's
that
gross.
Penguin fits beautifully in that world they built.
It definitely fits in that weird ass world for sure. This is a pretty good dark horse too, man. Her number 4 is Clown from the Spawn movie.
Big fan of dumpy, gross dudes.
Like, and you know what? She's not wrong, man.
It's
That
pretty good.
fucking clown
Yeah.
costume is fantastic.
Poor John Leguizamo had to walk around on set squatting the entire time.
Just acting his ass off in that fucking movie. That could be a pretty fun movie night too. Just saying.
We almost did it.
We almost did, but instead did Steel. I don't think that was a bad choice.
No,
Just
I think
saying.
we
It's all
did.
right.
We did Monster Squad instead.
Oh,
It
okay.
was one
okay,
of
okay.
our Halloween picks last year.
That's right. Hey, we got Halloween coming up this year. Maybe
It's
that
true.
might be the one. Number 3, 89 Joker. Number 2, Wonder Woman. And number 1, her Batman Returns Catwoman. Then called out honorable mentions to the Silk Spectre. Let me just take a real quick minute to say, God damn, Silk Spectre. And then the evolution of Thor, especially Ragnarok, which is a solid pick because he looks Gladiator Thor is badass.
I've always wanted to take a rag and some Armorall and just shine up Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman.
See, I was gonna
that's
say
fair.
Silk Spectre, but also works.
Bill Spector?
No, not Phil Spector.
Phil Spectre.
Bill Spector.
Okay.
Creepy murderer Phil Spector.
She's so hot in that movie. That's a fucking good movie. The 3-hour plus extended cut just dropped on Prime Video. If
They
you have that.
all 3 versions on Prime. They've got a regular theatrical release, they've got the director's cut, and then they've got the cut with the fucking Black Freighter on it. All as separate movies you can watch on Prime.
Look, man, that extended cut with the Black Freighter thing, it's fucking long, right? But it's really, really good. Like, it's fucking cool.
I don't think I've watched that
No.
version yet.
I've never seen the movie at all.
Hey, Jose, spoiler alert, you got Prime, homie.
Yeah, boy.
It's like a 3-hour investment of time, but it's fucking great. Like it's yeah, I can see why they cut everything that they did. Just for time, But having all those little bits and pieces in there is pretty fucking fun. And then the cartoon stuff is great too. So if you've got 3 hours to kill, man, do that. It's a good time. It's good. Let's see. Juggalo John writes in. He does number 6. He put Suicide Squad Harley,
And then Kristen also said that she forgot Harley, and she's in her honorable mentions.
which is, yeah, okay,
That's just a hot girl. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. That costume's fine.
everything-
But, I wouldn't.
Everything
top
attached to that
anything.
movie just looks bad now to me.
But, yeah, sure. Her butt looks great in this tiny little pants. That's true.
Yeah.
That is 100% true. Number 5, he puts the Deadpool 2 Juggernaut, which is more of a character design, but still.
Oh, Jose, have you watched Deadpool 2 yet?
No, not yet. But I knew he was in it.
Oh, okay.
I saw.
I got that
picture of
spoiled
him.
for me before I saw it, and it really bummed me out. Because I don't know if you guys know, but I love Juggernaut.
I've heard that.
I don't know if I've mentioned it, or as Jose calls him, Jaggernaut.
Jaggernaut. Number 4, Wonder Woman. Number 3, Hellboy. Number 2, Deadpool. And his number 1 is the Homecoming / Civil War Spider-Man.
It looks really good. My only problem with those...
Or his dunk.
My only problem with those Spider-Men is a little CGI.
Too much
at
CGI.
times. Like it never really looks like fabric.
Yeah. Even when it is, it doesn't really look like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got, Kelly?
All right. So number 6, Dread.
Yeah, wow,
I'm so glad that I wasn't the only one to do that. I'm like, yeah, it's a running gag, but fuck, it's great.
Yeah, no, it's tremendous.
I didn't even think about it as a bit. But I know it's a bit.
Let's see. Number 5, I'd go the suits from Captain America 1 and 2.
Good suits.
Those are good Captain America suits.
Yep.
Not pajamas.
Exactly. Number 4, I'm gonna go the current Spider-Man.
Yep, there you go. Yep.
And honestly, the thing that sells it for me, the eyes. The eyes are perfect.
The eyes are great, and that they're emotive. Yeah.
And also the fact he just does so much fun stuff in that movie.
Remember that first Civil War trailer where Spider-Man grabs Cap's shield and then
I fucking lost it.
His eyes fucking go. Shoo!
Yeah.
Yep. So good. That's all I wanted.
And then again, he does the costume looks great, but then specifically because of how Homecoming plays out, the costume is almost a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to hop into Kelly's list here, but honorable mention, Vulture is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they do a good job with Vulture. Let's see. Number 3. I'll go the original Ninja Turtle costumes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So good. Number 2, Hellboy.
Hellboy's
prosthetics.
Hellboy off.
Yeah, but Hellboy's so good.
I'm not the biggest fan.
It just looks like Hellboy.
I'm not the biggest fan of those Hellboy movies, but he looks great.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of 2. I like 1 a lot.
I like them both, and I'll even put if I want to get a Hellboy fix, I'll watch those movies before I read Hellboy comics. I love those movies.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And number 1, coming out of nowhere with this one, the Titans in the Attack on Titan movie. I love the mix of practical suit and CGI that they use.
They're really gross and unsettling.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want them to be. They're just disgusting looking things.
Oh,
God. I love those suits.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I remember seeing that movie in theater and being so delighted when it does eventually become like a giant kaiju fight. I wasn't expecting it.
It's so great.
I've never
seen a second of that anime. I've never read a page of that manga, but I love those movies.
Yeah, I've seen some of the anime. The movies are the weird general guy with his creepy champagne, or he's fucking wonderful.
Oh, and that guy's great. That actor's awesome. I love
that actor is awesome in everything.
Everything I've seen him in.
Yeah. Yeah, Attack on Titan is a good fucking time at the movies.
These are the things nightmares are made of.
Oh, they're so fucking terrifying.
I just love the ones that just look like weirdly proportioned people.
Yeah.
Those ones are great.
And what they do now, if you're not familiar, the Titans just periodically will just show up at the city, kick in a wall, and start snatching people up and eating them like candy bars. That's
and
what
a lot
they do.
of time, but the thing is, their bodies can't really process what they eat, so they just puke it all back up.
Yeah. Yeah, they just chew on people and spit them back out again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why am I still hungry?
Fucking gross.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Oh, damn, I want to watch the movies now. It's a good time.
Our
choice.
last our last best top 6 is from John Michael. You ready for this? As is John Michael's character, he's very thorough. Number 6 is the Deadpool solo films. Number 5, Homecoming, Civil War, Spider-Man. Getting a lot of love this episode. Number 4, Wonder Woman, another great costume that has been mentioned a few times. And this is my favorite entry on
This is the best one.
John Michael's list. Iron Man marks 3, 7, 42, 43, and 50. And I said, could you be more specific? For those listening at home, Mark 3 is the final suit in the first Iron Man movie. Great. Mark 7 is the final suit in the first Avengers movie. Mark 42 is the main suit of Iron Man 3. Mark 43 is the first suit in Age of Ultron and a perfected version of Mark 42. And Mark 50 is the suit in Infinity War.
Oh, okay. There you go.
He didn't even mention the briefcase suit. I really like the briefcase suit.
So fucking cool.
And then his number 2, Doctor Strange, which is really good costume.
You know, I'm kind of bummed out I didn't think of
Like,
that,
if
'cause
we're
he looks
talking
fucking
like
awesome.
man hours put into stitching something together, that shit's great. And number 1, which should be a surprise to no one, Captain America strike suit from Captain America the Winter Soldier is John Michael Duggan's number 1 pick.
No, because goddamn, he saw it in the theater 700 times.
Yep, 700 times.
He's seen that costume on the big screen as often as he's seen his own dick. He better like it. Good times. Well, that was fun.
Love it. Love a top 6.
That was a good time.
Do we have any emails for future top 6?
We do
topics?
not, in fact, have an email for a new top 6 next time. So,
All right.
We should do top 6 coolest things a character's ever done.
That's a very broad topic, Jose. Remember that time that guy did that thing?
Oh, fuck
So
yeah,
cool.
that was awesome.
That was the fucking best.
I did have that idea of top 6 MCU supporting characters way back when.
That's not a bad one. Not a bad one.
We'll think on it, and then we'll put it out there to the crowd, or we might just go with top 6 coolest things dudes have done.
At the end of the day, that's our fucking show, and that was the first one, so we may be contractually obligated to do that one.
We'll fine tune it.
Yep. And so you hit us up on Twitter at PanelsOnPages, email us popcast@PanelsOnPages.com, or hit us any of us individually up on Twitter or Facebooks or whatever, and we'll put something together for you guys for next week.
Specifically, hit up Jose.
Yeah, especially hit up Jose.
He'll get to you.
Yeah, on his Instagram is on fire.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
If you tweet at Jose, just so you know, the alert on his phone whenever he gets an @ mention is this.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Oh, I want it to be real. I want it to be real. All right, let's talk comic books. Get the fuck out of here.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
Fucking on it.
So fucking, and might I just say, shit sounds excellent.
Sounds
Nines.
good.
Yeah,
good.
it does.
Sounds fucking great. Great. All right, so now I had to play a little bit of catch up because I missed a week on the boat. I'm not going to go back too far. One I want to mention from 2 weeks ago, real quick, is Batman 54. Boy, that was really good.
Yeah,
that was the. It's just lots of kind of flashbacks. But it's all Dick and Bruce, and drawn by Matt Wagner, which I wasn't expecting. And it's just all about now that he has a chance to, Dick trying to build Bruce back up like he did when he lost his parents. It was fucking really nice. It was really touching. It was a solid emotional bit of business there. It was great. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Spider-Man got put back together in Amazing Spider-Man. Fucking shocker. Really still digging this Catwoman book, man.
it's good.
It's really good. I like the color work in this issue in particular, which I like. Laura Allred uses a really kind of flat color palette for the artwork, which makes sense. It's kind of matches Joelle Jones' style really, really well. But then for the flashbacks, the art shifts to a Fernando Blanco, who I'm not familiar with, but the color work kind of evolves along with it. And it's really, really good. Like it's rock solid stuff, man. Kind of front to back. It's excellent. Only I'm looking at it, the colorist also changes those pages. So forget everything I just fucking said. It's a completely different art team. Never mind. But yeah, the villainess of this arc is really creepy and unsettling. And just I don't know, great action sequences. Just the art. I mean, it practically dances across the page, man. It's they're animated images. It's really, really good. It looks great. I like the fact that Detective Comics 988 is the beginning of a true ass detective story. Kind of like that. The Batman investigating a murder. Why the fuck not? Let's do that. And then this Venom first host business is kind of strange.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it for the wild ride it is.
It's straight up peculiar. I'm all about this Venom renaissance that's happening right now because Venom was my shit growing up, and there's more Venom books now than there probably ever have been.
And they're all goofy as fuck, and I love it.
So goofy, so fun. But the meat behind the first host is that the symbiote that we know as Venom, the first person to wear it was a Kree soldier during the Kree Skrull War. And now that guy's back, wants it back to go sick house on the Skrulls that tortured him. So now Eddie Brock is going to wear the spawn of the Venom symbiote, team up with a Skrull to take him out, which is all that sounds so fucking stupid, but it's kind of fun and exciting. And I mean, I gotta assume at some point they're gonna say how the Beyonder got a hold of the damn thing. So we'll see, because that's kind of a big part of the story.
Yeah.
And then last thing, real quick, man, Fantastic Four #2 kind of shines a little light on where Reed and Sue have been for the past couple of years. And you know what? It was really good. I liked it. I found it to be quite satisfying. Did you check that one out at all, Kelly?
Sorry, which one was it?
Fantastic Four #2.
Yeah, I read that.
So, you know, they've been just fucking around, and Franklin and the Molecule Man have been building universes, and they've been, you know, kind of fine tweaking shit, and then Franklin's universe making juice runs out. Like, oh, I guess we're done making universes. And like this creepy Deathbringer God thing is like fucking finally breaks through and starts breaking all of Franklin's toys. And Reed tricks this crazy God thing. It's like, yeah, you beat us now, but like, you know, if all the Fantastic Four were here, you never had a fucking chance. And so she's like, fine, use this contraption and bring me the Fantastic Four. And so he brings in like anyone who was ever on the Fantastic Four, including that one fucking issue where it was like Hulk, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine and Spider-Man. So they're there too. So that was pretty cool. Wasn't mad about that. It's fun. Which I feel like Dan Slott doing Fantastic Four just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it fits.
It's good stuff. What you got, Kelly?
Not much.
That's
really,
nice.
in terms of comics, nothing super stood out lately. I've been reading a manga on my phone, Baki the Grappler, which is just this fight series that's never really been brought over here much. So I'm just reading fan translations of it. It's been running since like the early 90s. And
oh, damn, okay.
By the end of the year, I'm not sure when we're getting an anime. There's an anime adaptation that's going to be on Netflix for us. And that is the arc that I am just starting to read now. So what happens is the main character, Baki, he is the son of the most powerful person in the world. Like, physically strong. And his whole goal in life is to get strong and beat up his dad, because his dad's a fuck. And his dad killed his mom because she raised someone that couldn't be stronger than him.
Okay.
So, Yeah, so it's just Baki's quest to get strong, and the specific arc that this anime is based on is the second series of Baki, where all at once 5 death row inmates from across the world escape and travel to Japan so they can fight Baki and no defeat before they die.
Isn't being on death row kind of its own defeat?
Well, they're not defeated by hand-to-hand combat.
Ah, I see.
And it's just wacky, and it revels in the wackiness.
Sounds like it.
One of the death row inmates at one point blows in a guard's ear and sends all of his internal organs out the other ear.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's wild. If you've been seeing me post any weird anime screen caps on Twitter lately, it's been that, pretty much.
All right.
Yeah, the art is amazingly detailed, but super over-exaggerated. The artist clearly knows how muscle structure and everything works, but he just blows it up. Oh yeah, and I forgot, when Baki's dad gets, super hyped up, the muscles in his back form the face of a demon.
That's fucking incredible.
Yeah, Baki's fucking amazing. I still have, hundreds of chapters left to go, but I'm really enjoying the ride so far.
That's ridiculous.
And then this isn't a comic, but tonight I watched the movie Mandy, starring Nicolas Cage, which you can now rent on Amazon. And oh fuck, Mandy is a crazy time. Have you guys
heard that? I feel like I've heard of that.
The trailer is fucking bananas. The movie's directed by the guy who did Beyond the Black Rainbow, if you've seen that, which is one of my favorite horror movies just for how weird it is, and visually it's amazing. And Mandy is the same way. Visually, it's one of the most striking movies I've seen in quite a while.
I'm gonna look up that trailer.
Yeah, the trailer's incredible. At one point, Nicolas Cage has a chainsaw fight with the dude in that trailer. So, the movie, there's a clear point in the movie when they just abandon anything making sense, and they're just like, you know what? We're just gonna make cool shit. And from then on, it's just cool shit happening, and it all does link together well enough that you're not there's no giant leaps, but they totally cut out any sense of realism, and it's awesome.
I'm going to watch this as soon as the show's over.
Yeah, no, the movie's incredible. I'd highly recommend it.
All right. Duly noted. Fucking sweet. You got anything nice?
Y'all see that they put out a teaser for Daredevil Season 3?
See, I saw that you linked it. Have not
watched that one too.
You don't need to watch it.
I'm going to go dark. I don't want to watch it.
You don't need to watch it, but the fact that there's a teaser out means it's coming. Probably.
Yeah, I got a lot to do between now and then.
Probably before the end of the year. So, me and Mary still have to watch Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. So last night we started Punisher, and we are 3 episodes in, and it is fucking great.
Yes, it is.
The best part about Punisher is he's just plain Shane.
Pretty much.
There's times where he's just sitting there, and he's just fucking Shane, man. He's Shane.
Can't protect him, Rick.
He's always just yelling.
Dude, just wait. The escalation and kind of the final act. I'll say that of all of them so far, the Punisher is the one that it doesn't, for me at least,
dip.
Had that lull. Where it's they really could have made this 3 episodes shorter. It's fucking tight. Punisher's great.
Jose, did you ever start Punisher?
Yeah, I think I'm 3 or 4 in.
Okay, we just finished our 3rd episode tonight.
By the time you want to talk about screaming and just wait for the end. It's fucking crazy.
The episode we just watched was he's got Micro tied to a chair. And then he's showing the flashback of him in Kandahar, and he's going through that building like it's Call of Duty,
Yeah.
and fucking
It's
melee
nuts.
weapon in those dudes, and then just smashing their skull in, and it's just, ah, ah, grrr. He is
That guy's so good.
He's so, man, he's hot.
Yeah.
Johnny Bernthal, you hot, man. You hot fire. So we're gonna work hard to over the next couple of months, because I assume Daredevil's probably November, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
I mean, I'm we're 3 into Luke Cage. It's good. I like it. I like it more than I did the first 3 Jessica Joneses for sure.
We sat down. I was like, all right, we're going to start watching Punisher tonight. You all right with that? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. And we open up Netflix, and the thing on the very top page of Netflix is American Vandal Season 2, and the trailer starts playing, and she's like, ooh. I'm like, nope, we got to watch Punisher.
We haven't seen Glow yet. We got like half a season of Shameless, and the new one just started. Like, we're fucking behind on everything. There's too much good shit.
Glow you could finish in an afternoon.
Maybe you could.
Because that's 10 episodes, and they're like 25 minutes apiece.
I do like that. Because like we bring through Santa Clarita Diet pretty fast because it's half hour. Like, more half-hour shows, Netflix. Come on. Someone's got kids and shit. Yeah, I'm hearing nothing but good things about Iron Fist, and that's mind-boggling.
The thumbnail on Netflix is the full mask.
Yeah. And I watched that trailer, and it's like, you know, him doing kung fu and shit on Davos. You know, that thing you wanted to see in season 1. So maybe they fucking got my letter. They got my dick message. Well, good for you guys. You're going to love Punisher. What you got, Jose?
Bread nothing. New PUBG videos out. Check that out if you want to see
It's
some
true.
shit explode. That's it.
Way to sell it, Jose. That's awesome. Check that shit out on the Panels on Page YouTube channel. Watch that shit. And, all right, let's fucking take this thing home. I'm gonna get off here and maybe go watch a Luke Cage with my lady if she's willing, and if not, I'm gonna go beat the shit out of some guys in Spider-Man. Maybe I'll even do a story mission.
I thought you were gonna go beat the shit out of my dick.
Have you encountered any bosses in Spider-Man yet?
Not yeah, the Shocker.
Yeah, how was
the
that?
Shocker. And the kind of the opening sequence of the game is, I don't know what the circumstances are yet, but the police are finally going for Kingpin. So they're going for Wilson Fisk. And so you play through the kind of tutorial stuff, learning how to play the game, and you have to fight a boss fight that is the Kingpin pretty much right away, which is kind of great.
Wow.
Yeah, like within the first hour, you're fighting Kingpin at the top of his tower. And it's like, you know, he's a big guy, so you can't just fight him. You got to web him up, you know, get him immobilized, and you can beat him and duck and move, and kind of like Batman Arkham, but makes more sense because it's Spider-Man when the spider sense waves, tap O, and he dodges and shit like that. It's fucking great. It's so good. So good. And then I fought Shocker in the streets. So
Shocker in the streets. Scorpion in the sheets.
Kingpin in the sheets. All right. So let's wrap this bitch up. Email us. Send us your top 6 ideas. I mean, if you don't, we're going to make one up. So power is yours until it's ours.
We're going to work on this top 6 cool things people have done.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the coolest, like, on character moments where they that one moment where they just nailed the whole character in that little spot.
And we're talking,
like, in what though?
Yeah, we're talking movies. We talking
like everything. Because if so, I'm saying that moment where that dude blew all that dude's organs out of his ear, because that was fucking cool.
We're talking
comic movies. Then I know my number one immediately. Right.
Number one, that time Deadpool got pegged.
Oh shit! All right. So maybe okay. So if that's it, that's actually pretty. That's pretty good. Like an on-character moment in one of these fucking movies. That's pretty good, actually. I dig that. So worst case, we'll do that one, and that sounds pretty fucking rad. So
Number 2, that time Groot said, "I am Groot."
Fucking nail that one. All right. So yeah, email us, tweet us, all that stuff. We'll be around, and we'll talk to you guys next week. We fucking can't. No, that'll be. Oh damn! If that's the case, then it's 2 weeks of Spider-Man 3 night, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming up. So email us, write us, all that jazz. We'll be back next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. YouTube.com/panelsonpages. For Jason Nyes, Jose Guzman, and Kelly Harris, I am the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Night. Love ya. Bye-bye.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!